The latest update completely changed Google Flow. It's now packed with brand new features and tools. Let's just dive straight into it. In the prompt section, you can describe the images or videos you want to get. There's no strict word order you always need to follow or anything like that. Just use natural language. You can also customize your generation here. Since I'm going to generate images, I can choose the aspect ratio and the number of images per generation. Plus, you can switch to Nano Banana Pro if you want more precise editing, slightly better detail, and text. So, for example, I wanted to get 2 images of a McLaren sports car on a European city street. You can use this Reuse Prompt button to see all the generation details and settings, so you can easily use them again. There are also a few additional options. You can add an image to your prompt and use it as a reference for your next generation, or you can download the image right away. And here's one more thing I recommend you be careful with. If you click on any image, it opens in full screen. Here you can edit your image, add text, crop it, and so on, or generate a new version using Nano Banana, and it works fine on a basic level. But there is also an option to use a bounding box or a lasso tool to select the area you want to edit. For example, I selected the car with the lasso tool to change the color to matte black. And guess what? The generated output actually includes the selection lines around the vehicle. This isn't a temporary overlay, it's permanently part of the generated image. Why it functions this way is unclear, but if you don't like the edited result, you can always revert to the previous version. So I wouldn't recommend using that selective editing tool, at least for now. Instead, you can fully rely on a precise prompt to get the job done. If you simply attach an image to your prompt and describe what you want to change, it will work exactly the same as if you opened it in full screen and edited it in that special mode. You can see that the car changed its color seamlessly without any extra hassle. You can download your images both in native 1K resolution or upscale them. The editing possibilities here are nearly limitless. The best part is that you can generate several variations for every single edit, because let's face it, you rarely get perfect results on the first try. For this generation, I switched to a high-angle shot. You can see the location stays consistent. The car is just turned around, but it's the very same McLaren. Here's another example of what we can do. I'm going to replace the car with a medieval knight on horseback, but I'll keep everything else exactly as it is. Of course, you can upload your own image and use it as a reference or edit specific parts of it. As an example, let's also change the camera angle on this uploaded image. However, here's something to keep in mind before editing. If your uploaded photo doesn't fit any of the standard aspect ratios available in Google Flow, you must select the one that comes closest to the original one. As you can see in the generated image, all the objects from the original are right where they should be, and the result is flawless. However, the aspect ratio is slightly different from the uploaded picture. You can also do style transfer super easily. I'm going to upload another image. This one is just a simple sketch. It also should be added to the prompt. Now, it's important to clearly specify which image will be the style source and which one we actually want to change. I actually generated 2 variations on purpose. As you can see, the style of this sketch was captured literally perfectly, and Nano Banana randomly placed those gold spots from the umbrellas in a few different places. Now, let's move on to more advanced stuff. To activate the agent, all you have to do is click the Agent button. Agent mode significantly expands your capabilities, but only if you know how to use it and understand its limitations. To start off, let's set up the basic settings. In this dedicated window, we can configure the image and video generation defaults, including the quantity, aspect ratio, and the model. And most importantly, we can decide whether the agent will ask for permission before generating any images or videos. I recommend you to enable first option so the agent will start generation only when you explicitly ask for this, or if you select corresponding option in a dialog window. Now, let's see where the real power of the agent lies. I've uploaded a stock portrait, and I want the agent to come up with 5 ideas on how to change the camera angle, lighting, and color palette to make this scene look cinematic. You can easily adjust these ideas if anything feels off, but let's assume we're totally satisfied and ready to jump into generating. Now, here is a crucial tip. If you want to keep your character consistent across different images or videos, you must always attach a character reference when requesting the actual content generation. Now, I'm prompting the agent to generate 5 images, with each one specifically based on one of the ideas it just came up with. The agent absolutely nailed it. Every image is different, but they all look pretty good. However, we're not limited to separate images. We can actually connect them into a story. Now I'm asking the agent to brainstorm 5 ideas for a sequential series showing this girl going through her morning routine. As usual, I'd like to review the text concepts first before giving the green light to generate the image sequence. And just like before, I made sure to include my character reference when asking for the actual visuals. Here are all 6 images I requested from the moment she wakes up all the way to her departure to work. The girl's face is perfectly consistent across all the generated images. If you click the Reuse Prompt button on any image created with the agent, you'll see the actual prompt that the agent sent to Nano Banana to create that particular image. All the attached references will be visible too. This option can be very useful if you want to investigate why something went wrong during the image or video generation. You can not only batch generate content, but also batch edit images and videos. The first way to do this is by simply adding the necessary objects to your prompt. For example, I want to make these 3 images much more saturated. Here's the result. The agent applied the corresponding edit to each of the selected images. By clicking on each image edited by the agent, you can always restore the original version if you want, just like I showed in the beginning of the video. But look at this. When I opened that image in full screen, for some reason the agent decided to apply the exact same edit to the remaining 3 images in the sequence. I honestly have no explanation for how it worked this time, so I just restored the original versions of all the edited images. The next thing that I want to do is batch style transfer. I already have this simple sketch that should be the style source, and I'm going to upload several random landscapes that should be edited. I added all the images to the prompt and just specified that I want to apply the style from this sketch to these photos. Exactly the same style has been added to all the images. All the uploaded images have non-standard aspect ratios, but the agent automatically selected the best matching one for each new version. And there's another way to organize your images to batch edit them. You can use collections. I'm going to call it first collection. The new collection will be empty until you add some images into it. You shouldn't do it manually all the time. I'm going to ask the agent to add all the images featuring that girl from the stock photo. I'm not only describing the task in the text format, I also add an original reference photo. After a minute of waiting, we can see that there are 6 images inside our collection. But if I scroll down, you'll see 6 more images from the morning routine sequence. For some reason, agent ignored them, so I simply focus its attention on this fact. So from the second try, I did everything right. I opened the collection and you can see that all the 12 images are here. So now I can simply mention collection name in my prompts. This time, I'll ask the agent to make all the images monochromatic blue. And here's it. Everything is perfect except this one that is stylized as a sketch. If I open it in full screen, we'll see that the agent applied 2 steps of editing to this image. It added monochromatic filter and then made it look like an illustration. So I switched to the first step. Now let's say I want to move all the images from this collection to the trash, but the agent won't let us do that, just like it won't let us delete the entire collection while we are inside it. So I should go back to the list of all the generations inside my project and repeat my request. This time, everything works good, and the collection is empty now, as you can see. If I open the trash, we'll see all these images inside, so they can be restored from there or deleted permanently. Now, I only have sketches and photorealistic images left in my project, so let's make it a bit harder for the agent. We'll ask it to automatically create 2 collections, one for sketches and another for realistic images. Give them corresponding names and sort all the remaining pictures. It took a few minutes for the agent to complete this task, but the result is flawless. There are no images left outside of these 2 collections, and if we look inside each of them, everything is perfect. To be honest, I didn't expect that the agent would do everything right on the first try. Overall, the agent highly expands your capabilities, but it can also quite often make mistakes, so you should always closely double-check its outputs. Now, let's move on to the character tool, which has several unique advantages, especially for video generation. It all starts with a base image, which you can either generate right here from scratch using a text description, or upload from your device or your existing projects. I'm more than sure that you'll be using an existing image in most cases. From there, you can upload or generate additional images of your character. This Create Body option was specially designed for this. You can define the character's figure, posture, outfit, etc. by creating some full body shot. I added the outfit description, and there's a built-in option to create a full body triptych of your character from different angles. Basically, it just appends a default prompt to your custom one. I also want to specify that my character should be slim and have good posture. I'll switch to Nano Banana Pro this time, and here you don't have possibility to select the aspect ratio, it's always 16:9. Here's the result. You can re-roll generation or edit the prompt to try again. If I just redo generation, the result will be 99% the same, because I didn't change my prompt or the character reference image. And let's move to the character settings for the video generation. Here's character info. It's optional, but here you can describe basic character's behavior, how he or she should move in the scene. If the character is always nervous or very confident and calm, for example. So you won't need to repeat this in every prompt. And you can add some voice that will be used in the generated videos with your character.
Hi there. We're introducing a new feature where I can read this aloud.
Currently, you can't add your own voice here, but there is plenty of different already existing voices, and you can slightly customize each one, changing different aspects just using a prompt. You can change pitch, make it speak slower or faster, add some emotions, etc. Customized voice will appear in the list of the available voices once you save it. Once you are happy with the voice, you can add it to your character, and when everything is set, hit the done button. Now the character is ready, so we can create some videos. You should switch generation mode to video. Here you can see different video generation models: Omni Flash, Flash is the latest one. It's good at understanding context and logic behind your request, and it allows you to edit the existing videos. VO 3.1 is more regular video generation model. Lite version is the cheapest and fastest one. While VO 3.1 quality is slowest, it provides the best results. Simply add your character to the prompt to use it in your video. It will be added as an ingredient. I should mention that there are two reference modes when you create video: ingredients and frames. If you switch to frames mode, it's not going to work, because frames is for cases when you have exact starting and ending images that should be animated. I want my character to be sitting on a bench outside, telling a joke. I intentionally didn't go into detail about what exactly she should say. Now, let's talk about the free limits. Generating images with Nano Banana doesn't cost any credits and currently allows you to create around 50 images a day for free with Nano Banana 2 and about a dozen with Nano Banana Pro. For video generation, you get 50 credits that refresh daily. You can spend them on all video models except VO 3.1 quality, because a single video there costs 100 credits. So I'm going to use VEO 3.1 fast this time. The generation took about a minute. You can save the generated video as a GIF or in 720p resolution. Upscaling is available on a paid account.
I went to a seafood disco last week, and I pulled a mussel.
Her voice matches the one I added when I created this character. You can also simply add images as ingredients, which means the objects and location from the image will be used, but they won't be in the exact same positions as in the picture. Instead, they'll match your prompt more closely. I simply asked it to make her dance. Now, let's edit our video using OmniFlash. To do that, I'll drag and drop my video into the prompt section and select OmniFlash. I can't choose the output video length because it will automatically match the duration of the clip I just added. I want to keep the character as is, but change the background to something like a Pixar-style animation.
I went to a seafood disco last week, and I pulled a mussel.
The result is pretty impressive. Now let's say you want to stitch a few already generated videos together, or extend one of them. That's exactly what the Scenes tool is for. Right now, we don't have any scenes created yet, so I'm going to hit the plus icon, create one, and immediately drop our video in there. Here's it, and let's add this one too. Inside the scenes, both of our clips are lined up sequentially. From here, you can easily generate a brand new video and slot it right in between the existing ones. On top of that, you can generate a continuation for this sequence or simply drop one of your already generated clips into the scenes. Each clip can be cropped just like in any regular video editor. Click here if you want to download whole video sequence. Following the latest update, the Tools tab is now available. Each tool is a micro app designed for specific tasks. Tools are available for both images and videos. There are many of them, so I will showcase just a few. For example, the mockup tool. First, you should import your image here, and then select the type of the mockup. I selected a poster this time, so this tool generates an image where my uploaded file appears as a poster on the wall. If I select a shirt, I'll get the corresponding result. So basically, you can do all of this inside your project using the standard image generation mode if you're looking for a more specific result. But here, there's no need for complicated prompts. Just click a couple of buttons and you're good to go. But even here, you can create a custom preset if you want to. Next up, let's check out one of the video tools like shader effects. Now this one is actually a non-AI tool. It doesn't rely on artificial intelligence to generate effects. Instead, it behaves just like your typical video editor. You can just play around with these sliders to add all kinds of effects. Over in the right sidebar, you can tweak the contrast, saturation, vignette, and so on, while the left side features a variety of filters. That's pretty much everything you need to know about the updated Google Flow. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Also, let me know if you want a more detailed breakdown of any specific Google Flow feature.